Hi, welcome back. So this is like the promised second part of the Kickstarter channel, actually for supposedly for September, but unfortunately I have not managed to make that happen in September due to many other commitments. So this is what happened eventually. I'm now in October, but I hope we're not too lost on everything. We might have like missed a few campaigns here and there, but I'll try to cover most of it for you. So this has 43 hours to go, so I hope by the time this video is up, at least you bring attention to it. So because I notice it's getting close, I want to like have a quick talk about this one. So this is Atlas Lost, Rise of the New Sovereigns. So this is old world technology discovering over a collapsed civilization and everything. In short, if you have ever played this game called Nier Automata, so this is that game not spiritually in the board game, but not with IP because of various reasons. So they can't have that as the IP, but that doesn't stop them from making a board game with similar theme. Basically, you're discovering the old technology, likely lost by humans, and in a futuristic world, where like humans maybe not as kind of like extinct, but it's like it's the sci-fi kind of stuff. And it's like the Kickstarter actually have some upgraded components. Okay, so you will see English all over the pages, splash all over it, and but I assure you this is actually made by the Japanese. And you will soon also notice that in the shipping, right, to the Japanese people, the shipping cost is $0, but to everywhere else you have to pay for it. So standard pledge is actually $64, which is actually not bad at all. Complete pledge includes the additional campaign, and then plus some other stretch goals, which is adds you another like $25 more, so that's $89. So of course, if you can find a group even at this last moment, go for it. But the group pledge will not be easy. I think it's like three copies of it. Okay, so that's not so bad. So you see there's a lot of tokens and upgraded meeples in the core game, as well as a lot of boards and very, very colorful arts on the cards as well. Components wise, I got nothing to complain about it because this looks really nice, except that it's a bit more plain than I normally thought, but I also don't want it to be overcomplicated. So this is on one hand very plain, as you can see. There's a lot of space for the rest of the stuff, but on the other hand, this is like quite full of text and favorite text, actionable text, and then some iconography, as well as the about half of it is taken up by artwork, which actually is a nice balance for cards. And we have some cards with full pictures of artwork, which is pretty nice. Basically, I like the art, I like the theme of this game. Okay, and just maybe not so much into the game yet, but there are like tech trees building, and and I think some of these tokens may be a bit unnecessary for this game, because I think I'm more in for the whole theme and thematics. So I must say that despite that, the meeples and things doesn't really do too much to me. This is not a game that's go for cuteness and things like creature comforts, or like flamecraft maybe. It's like so those the meeples makes a difference because they are really cute, and that's really like part of the game. But I guess I won't say no to it, but it's like it's absolutely not necessary to pay for it. And there are some additional stuff also available, and the wooden token seems rather unique in the sense that take a look at how they look like, and they can be like the vehicles and the armors. It's like all of them comes in various very beautiful colors. So all the stretch goals is done, I think, if I'm not wrong. They've already unlocked all the stretch goals. And this has only like 43 hours to go. So I guess if you're interested, go take a look at this right now. I'll pause this video, and then take a look at that, and then then decide if you want to pledge it. Okay, and here is a nice video in Japanese, I think.
アトラスロストライズ・オブ・ザ・ニュー・ソブリンスかっこいい
Basically, a destroyed world, new civilizations. So this is very long. I'm not gonna like play all the 28 minutes here, but I will go through and they will show through all the components. It's like to show through the cards and everything. So it's a very rather detail of the breakdown of the game as well as the prototyping. So as you can see, like they actually demonstrated how the playthrough will be like. So I know if Japanese is not a hinder for you, go take a look at this. This I think is one of the most the best represented videos for this game. But other than that, there are also a lot others. There's an English rulebook here as well. Also available on TTS for you to try if you still have time. But do hurry. There's only like 43 hours or so left. So this is going to end soon, and I know the artwork's really beautiful. So we now come down to shipping, which is actually I think ridiculously cheap. Yes, I'm serious. It's ridiculously cheap. So to Japan, obviously, it's zero because it's made in Japan. To the US, if you take the complete pledge, that's only like $26. That is really fantastic. But if you can like find a group of 3, you get to split that 3-way for the 51. That's even more. And Asia, they are it's pretty. So they actually has either they have done their homework, which is fantastic, or they have actually really went deep into this, and then it's like break down all of this here. Okay, so you can see that the shipping rate, they actually like show all the various countries in Asia, right to the details of the very dollars. So it's like crazily detailed. I can't believe it. It's like, so they actually have it like for Singapore, for example, where I'm from, the standard is 27 and the complete is 34. So that is one thing that they did right. Is very detailed. So they probably did their homework, I hope, and that is actually the actual charge that they already have calculated. So this is what I would recommend, but because this type of game, I don't think you will see it very often in the open market. Maybe this is your best chance of getting it. Plus, I'm not sure if the expansion is exclusive. You might not be able to find the expansion. So that is like the first one I'm going to talk about, and that's Atlas Lost. So this time, I did my homework. So I actually had had prepared my stuff. So hopefully, I can run through some of the games proper. Oh no, and this only has 7 hours left. I should start making this video much earlier. I don't know if this will reach you in time, but if not, maybe you can keep track of it in the Pledge Manager. Spark Riders 3000. This is like basically it's kind of like Galaxy Trucker, the board game. I don't know if I have mentioned this in my previous Crowdfund Chatter, but it's like it's very colorful. There are breakable parts in your ship, as you can see here. So if you have taken too much damage, certain ship will actually like detach, and it's like you have to jettison it, and then they become useless. But you also can like beat them up by putting guns and mounting things. So it's like basically sounds a lot like Galaxy Truckers to you. Galaxy Truckers, I mean, yes. I need to speak a bit soft. I mean a bit slower, or I start like eating my own words and stuff. So it's like basically is I find that it's silly fun. That's I can't take the artwork too serious. This is like on the other end of Warp's Edge, where this is the fun version of it. But Warp's Edge is like, no, seriously, you're gonna die. And it's like I don't think there's a big deal about losing in this game. And the thing is that it's very cute, and the upgrades looks very cute as well. So like you see all the lasers and everything. It's like very cartoonish and totally not that serious. So this is one of the other games that I'm interested in, but eventually I have decided that I'm gonna wait for the retail version because I don't see the need for getting the Kickstarter at the moment. You see the ship can be broken apart, as I mentioned. So there are various components that represent the ship. There are a few miniatures, but not a lot. But the rest have that neon cyberpunk theme of the colors. So it's like so these are the miniatures, which actually are not that detailed, but I think they are good enough. They should have probably like use some Photoshop or something like that, you know, to make the rendering better. You know, it's like because I think they are not showing the contrast very well. It's like quite plain in this. So that but of course I know we are not going for the miniatures in this game. So this game is kind of like you know, not too serious, and the miniatures are like kind of more tokenish like than necessary. I mean, it's cartoonish. So the commander box unfortunately is pretty expensive. It's like it's all in. It's about $110, which is like, you know, they supposedly is 178. I'm not sure if anybody could actually sell it at $178 for this. I don't think anybody buy it, and maybe not even at $110. So this is one of the problem I think I'm facing, and that is the price that's kind of like put me off in the very first place. Not even considering shipping. So it's a pretty expensive game in that sense. But anyway, if you're interested, you know, and likely that when this video is up, this might have been over, but you can keep track of it in the, you know, retail or in the pledge manager. Just follow this if you get a second chance to, you know, like get this. By the way, you can watch the video as well. I think the video is pretty nice, but for sake of time, I think I will not show the video. I mean, or maybe just a little bit. I'm not sure if I did show the video in my previous. Okay, anyway, the video is quite short.
My radars are detecting a large number of alien ships approaching. Stay alert.
All right, Iris, I'm on it.
I must say they have invested a lot in making this animation, you know. I'm not sure how much they actually spend doing this.
Piloting level 4. Over it. Hold on tight.
You don't look like it's a top-notch animation, I don't know.
Both sides.
So they have a mix of cutscene with animation as well as some of the gameplays here. So I won't go through the whole animation because it's about 5 minutes or so. But anyway, yep, that is Spark Riders 3000 from Arcana Studio. So I think they're probably a new company. I probably not heard of them, or maybe I just hasn't been like long enough in this whole Kickstarter thing. We have another one coming soon, right up here. Let me just type it in. Okay, this is not even sure how to pronounce it. Maybe it's Elevenses. So like, you know, more than one number of 11s. And it's crazy that it's only $15, but this is basically a card game for 1 to 5 players where you enjoy tea and you know, watch out, there's a murder. So in a way, it's a very, very light game. It's like but the price is really intriguing. It's only like $15. How long do we have for this game? This I have 14 days ago, so you know, make a consideration for it. It gives me the vibe of the uninvited guest, but maybe not as deep as in that sense. But this is more like a tea party, you know, with some. But the tea party is really beautiful because it's unlike the invited guest, which focus on the murder. This focus on the food. I mean, look at the food, and I feel hungry already. You know, it's like really beautiful. And then it's like, you know, there are kind of stories, and you know, like in the box, you actually get this box, you know, with handkerchief as well, you know, just in case, you know, like you really want to. And there's a 55 tea party cards, you know, which is really nice. There are 5 guesses, and then there are like other tokens and plates, and you know, it's like, so it's really fun. But if you want to have you know, everything with the tea trolley, that's like $55, which is a bit more. Not really a bit more, it's a few times more actually. But this comes with the trolley boxes, and then you know, which includes more stuff. You know, it's like there are morning tea cards, 6 more special guests and stuff. So it does feel like, you know, you need to get the expansion in order to get a full game. You know, like the $15 is only the light version of it. And then there's like a T for 2, another expansion, which include more stuff, and 11s for 1, more stuff. So it's like the $55 is the one to go for, or otherwise, you know, you could wait for it for retail, I guess, if you ever goes to retail. But whether I want to spend $55 on the card game is a different story. And not to mention that there is also a T for 6, which include the standard edition 6 copies of it. and I know retailers go here and do this. So how much is the delivery? That is something I always worry about. So there's very cheap deliveries to China, as you can see, because it's probably manufactured in China and Hong Kong. And everybody else can't like pay anything for me. I'll be like paying about $25 more for a $25 for $55 game is ridiculous for me. So that's like half the price. Yep. So despite how much I'm interested in, there are some monetary consideration which unfortunately because of that I'm out for this. But it doesn't mean that I'm not interested. I might still wait for it in the retail, but it's not doing that well. I mean, consider it's only 23,000, so they might not see retail. And but I'm hoping if it's good. But if it's good, nobody will be selling it, and then like that is a problem, right? Yes, that's definitely a problem. So that is 11th. So we check the next one. I think it might be over. I'm so sorry that I know I have drag and then I didn't manage to like do most of this in time. Oh, I hate this multi-language stuff, Can't you like just change language? Oh, I'm sick and tired of this. But I think I backed this, so no, I didn't. Okay, I'll tell you what, why don't I go to the one that I backed? Okay, this is Ghost Love Candy 2, Roll and Write. So I'm not sure if the 2 is actually the second edition. Maybe it's the second edition, but it's like $3 for 3 games. It's as good as you can get. And it's like they're only asking for $142, which they got like almost 3,000 Singapore dollars. That's almost like 2,005 US dollars. And like it's $3 with a very colorful board. So this is kind of like a roll and write, as you can tell. And it's a print and play. So it's like they will give you a PDF file for just like it's just a half a cup of Starbucks, and then it's like so it's based on the all new Ghost and Candy 2. It's like so this is the Roll and Write, they say, the series of 3-part print and play. So I think for me it's a no-brainer. I want to support indie company, and especially print and play, and so that it's like it's more sustainable for the whole environment. It's like less plastic and stuff. It doesn't mean that it's not a good game. I mean, I imagine that it's probably a good game. Look at the artwork. It's like how I think this will be a very fun family game. Okay, so I got this in anticipation of coming Halloween, which I think likely is going to be a blast for me. I'm gonna like try to clear off my schedule, play some games, and it's like stuff and that. And this will be one of the things that I think I'm looking forward to. And so we are actually getting some 3 games, and then it's like you can either just print and laminate themselves. So by the way, I just want to show you that not all print and plays is bad, because this is one of my print and play which I laminated. Okay, so I just printed it on so this is not even a high quality paper. This is just like okayish paper. It's like, so I printed both sides, so you can use both sides for the roll and write. Maybe I'll talk a bit about my roll and write journey as as we move on, and then I want to show you maybe another one, because this one is also very nice. So sorry, I have to show it sideways, because if I don't want to move my camera, because it's just like positioned right for the tablet. And then you can see like this one, you can just use removable markers to just like draw all over the places with this. This is like full of monsters, and this is, by the way, Kaikoro. And then because there is expert mode and the normal mode, also I print them on both sides, and then so that I can like just flip them over. So this is viable for me, and as you can tell, I have already backed it. There's almost a no-brainer to me for $3. What else can I say? I don't know. Worst case scenario, it doesn't work out for me. It's like I waste 3 pieces of paper, maybe, but it's like that's about it. So I strongly advise support the print and play, because I think don't look down on these games. A lot of the games started off as print and play, and then they evolved from there, and then some of them got a lot better. So if you are aware, there's this game called Under the Falling Sky. It started off as print pre and plain, I think I don't know if it's 9 card or 25 cards or something like that. Then it got so good, it blown up to a full game, and then there's also a solo mode. I mean, it's solo game, and then there's also a campaign for the game. So it's like we have to start somewhere, and as long as the maps looks colorful, I'm all in for it. I mean, I always say that aesthetics is very important to me, and I'm okay if they looks good. Okay. So that is what I want to say. So I'm actually looking for this game called Rone Invasion. I don't know if it's like over. It could be over. So this is Rone Invasion. So unfortunately it has been over, but maybe just a brief mention on it. Originally I was quite intrigued at this, and then also I have a friend who is very intrigued on this type of artwork, which a big cupcake dish look like. But unfortunately this for me is kind of not so great, because it's not as cheap as anything else. It's like $5 and then you only get one map, and then it's in black and white, unfortunately. So I mean, I know the nostalgic and stuff of this, but I guess I could better spend on other Rone rights, So anyway, it's over. So Rone Invasion. This is just a brief mention of it. Despite that, you probably, but I'll still put a link to it. You can like still follow this, and then it's like maybe they have a chance for I don't know, pledge manager. I'm not sure if they need a pledge manager, but it's like yeah. So another one which we talk about. Oh, we could switch to English. Okay, so pardon me. It's like I don't really know how to use the keyboard very well. So this is the Rone Invasion. There's another 23 days to go for this. And this looks very good to me. I like the theme, the colors. Like although it might look a bit Europe-ish, because like a lot of meeples and stuff like that. But this has the vibe of some of the early days, like space sci-fi stuff by Simon. It's like I think Simon is one of the game that is it Elite? Is it Elite? I can't remember, but it's like kind of this kind of feel, and then it's like intergalactical and stuff. There's a tons of components. I'm sure they count all the single meeple as one component, so they have like 790 of them, including on a whole bunch of these. Maybe add up to about total of 100 or 200 of them. There's also solo mode, obviously, which is actually very nice for me. The artwork on the cards looks pretty good. So this is the only thing that I think makes the games a bit expensive. So this dice, there's a screw on the dice. So basically, let me try and show you. Yes. So as you gain bonuses, you actually screw on this color to the dice, and then you advance the dice. Maybe you can have like one yellow, and then later on you can have a second yellow to upgrade your dice and so on. I mean, it's a neat mechanism, provided you can create them cheap. But if they are going to transfer the cost of that to the consumer, then it's going to make the game expensive. Which is, I rather just have blank dice with stickers, and then you can like take a bunch of those stickers and throw them away, because I'm sure those little dot stickers are like easy to come by, and blank dice are easier to come by as well. But the artworks do looks good. Unfortunately, that is where it catches me on. So that's why I mentioned this, because I'm interested. Otherwise, just based on the dice itself, I'm really like all out on this. Nope. But it has pretty good reviews. Even like I think even the Dice Tower talk about it, and so I guess it's like they do have some people mentioning them. And Rone Invasion basically looks pretty good to me. It's like they have a lot of nice component, and the dice is also nice. But this doesn't look good. I've always said that always use the colorful, transparent cubes. They are a lot better than this. But I don't know, people and this is they call it a screwdriver, but technically speaking, this is an Allen key, right? So it's like okay, that depends. Maybe it's because of it just have a Phillips head, so it's called a screwdriver. I don't know, but to us, it's commonly I will refer to this kind of tool as Allen key. But imagine having halfway in the game, and then you have to start screwing in that screws on the dice. It's really disrupting, and I'm not really all for it. So that's the only thing I would say, that is on one hand very unique and innovative, but on the other hand, it's like, oh, so I know why they are all bunch of these. They are not meeples, but they are supposed to be like the screws on these dice. And it's, oh my god, we are really paying for this, I guess. Let's see how much are we looking at for this. game. Let's totally even ignore the shipping at all. Okay, so retailers. Okay, so we are not retailers. How much is it going to cost us? Oh, that's quite a lot. The corpus is actually $79, which I think euros and dollars is about the same. And we're talking about the more deluxeified version will be like 115, which is, like I said, mentioned the transferring the cost, and all in is 140, which is like a lot. So these are rather expensive games, and I think shipping is oh well, Asia and Pacific doesn't include Asia though. It only include China and Hong Kong. How sad. Maybe in the first place, I'm considered the rest of the world, and maybe they might not even want to ship it to me. So anyway, this is out for me, but I did want to mention it because they have a nice mechanism, which I think is innovative. But if that's the main reason why this game is so expensive, I think it's not something that I'm looking forward to, and it appears that they are not even funding at the moment. So I do wish them luck. I mean, if they could like cut the cost by 66% or something like that, just have dice with marker pens or like stickers on it, I mean, I'm good for it. Okay, we shall quickly move on. Let me see what else I have on my list. I have a long list, and there's a lot of new stuff that came out after I did my list, I'm sure. Next we have Leaf. So this the first thing that comes to mind is like, oh my god, another plant game. Yes, oh my god, another plant game. But this plant game looks beautiful. Look at it, it looks beautiful. Hey, do you notice something? There's this blinking backlight, but if I put my fingers in front of it, the focus will shift to my finger, and it's not so obvious. Okay, it's still there, but okay, anyway, that's side bubbling. But basically, let's talk about this. It's colorful games with a lot of leaf, and leaf have to like, the corners of the leaf have to touch each other and stuff. This is how the way the game is played. So you're playing around with the corners of the leaf, and then you like supposed to arrange them in certain, and then you have some animals for collections, and basically it's supposed to be a pretty simple game, I guess, but complex when it comes to how to fan out the leaf, and then like making the different connections and stuff. It's like, and so on. So it's a very, very unique take on how leaf can be used as a mechanism in the game, which is rather unique. And unfortunately, this is the main of the game. The cards are like side distraction, but side distraction are beautiful, I must admit. So this game is beautiful. It is. How much are we looking at? So if you don't want the game, it's like, I think maybe I will just go in for this. I will support the forest. It's like just pay $1. I don't care. Maybe I'm not gonna recover anything, but it's fine. The standard edition is $40, which I guess given the components is pretty okay. And 65 for a lot more of an upgraded deluxe component. So if you were to back it, I would suggest you back it at deluxe edition, because I think the standard edition will be available at retail, because there's not obviously retail, right? And moving down, let's take a look at the shipping, because that's always very important. But of course, you can always read the white pledge now, which I already told you. The deluxe edition may not be available in the retail. Okay, it's Kickstarter exclusive, and they already said that. But of course, you will be seeing people selling it second hand if it's not a good game. But I'm hoping it is. And I know the illustrator is also very talented. It's like, it looks beautiful and everything. I guess it's like it's like Wingspan. But okay, so we have different zones, and I'm not sure if I fall under the rest of the world zone, then just forget it. Guess what? I'm in the rest of the world. Wow, that could easily damage me by $55, which is actually more expensive than a game. So unfortunately, I mean, if you're anywhere else where it makes sense for you to ship this, get it, or hope someone will sell you a deluxe copy, or wait for the retail version, which I don't think you'll be missing anything other than deluxeified components. And we can find out if this is good for me, but it's like, at the moment I'm not going in, because the shipping is ridiculous for me. So this theme of shipping, unfortunately, it's like always comes back to haunts me a lot. But I'm more I'm more like it's like conscious of like shipping nowadays, because a lot of things has happened, and like shipping is really crazy, and it's not just Simon, it's everybody else. But we have to be. I don't want to go regretting stuff that it's like that. So there's another one. There's this one. I think not many people talk about it, and I don't think they're doing very well. They just funded, I guess. But it's like I don't mind supporting small companies, but they have to have something good to show me. And like, so Dragon seems to be something that I'm interested in. It looks pretty good. The artworks is pretty good, but it's only a 2-player game. Okay, so there's only English version available. The artworks looks pretty good. In fact, it's like and I think the way the design, it looks almost like the Tainted Grail kind of a thing, except there are no side icons. But otherwise, I might have mistake this for Tainted Grail cards. And they are characters, but all these are like poker-sized cards. So I wouldn't expect them to cost a lot, because they are like just another deck of poker card kind of things, because it's a card game, right? But they are like some dragon tokens to deluxify this stuff, and some tokens. So, and a rulebook. So it looks like it's not that expensive a game. And then we actually have some preview here where they show the cards are really of high quality. I mean, it's standard quality. They are like pretty reflective, and stuff. But the artworks is really beautiful. And Alex has talked about it. The Dice Tower, I talked about it. And I think more. So I'm pretty intrigued by the artwork, but I'm just wondering how much it is. So I have not really looked at this game. Not decided if I want to back it. But the whole looks and feel really feels like something that I would want. And I don't need the miniatures, although you could give me the miniatures. But no, they're not going to give me the miniatures. They are going to sell me the miniatures. But this dragon looks only okay. I haven't seen better dragons, obviously. Okay, there is also a lore book, which I'm okay. I have a lot of 5 ebooks that that can read. And unfortunately, we are talking about how much here. So one copy is $33, which is a bit expensive for a deck of cards and some tokens. That is frank from my side. Okay, I don't want to like so there are a lot of stuff more you can spend money on, like posters and everything. And the rest of the world ships for about 16 to 21, which actually I think is okay if you are talking about a big game, but this is only a very small game. If I end up having to pay 21 for this $30 game, it's also going to be very expensive for me, unfortunately. So despite how interested I am, what I'm going to say is that I'm still very interested. If this actually turns out to be in the retail somehow, I might just pick it up, and I'm sure it will cost a lot less, and maybe I even get free shipping for it. So here we have Majesties of Dragons, which looks fantastic, because the artworks is really, really nice. I want looking for, but this is not one that I'm backing. I'm not sure if I could find it, but if I could, it'll be good. It might have ended though. It might have. Wow, you get lots of different stuff that you get. So I can't find it. There could be a chance that maybe it's not on Kickstarter. Maybe not. But let's go to Game Found since you're here. Game Found, I was on the Kings of Ruin, obviously backing this, and I have a video showing why I went like crazily over the top and back like $400 on it. I don't know. Okay, that's something else that we need to talk about. But so let's talk about this, the Temple of Horrors 2.0. 2.0 because 1.0 did not manage to get funded, and unfortunately, I think even 2.0's looks only okayish to me. There's too much white on the cards, and these cards very much reminds me of Tiny Epic Dungeons. Yeah, and Tiny Epic Dungeons is not an expensive game. It's very, very cheap. So unfortunately I will benchmark against that. So what we have here is probably like they're giving free mana coins. Okay, unfortunately this is all that they have for the. So you can tell that there's a lot of white I don't like white because I think despite they are clear and simple, it has a lack of feel and atmosphere to it. The tiles looks like it's the best part of the whole game, unfortunately, but it's squarish and it's been seen in many other games, so it's nothing fantastically original. But originally, I was very interested in this game until I came to this point. There's a flick cubes. So this is actually a dexterity game. Okay, so I mean that's the big surprise. Yes, it's a big surprise to me because I thought it's a dungeon crawler. It's not. So there's some flipping part that we've done. So unfortunately, this is not my type of game, but it could be your type of game. I mean the standees looks pretty okay. You know, it's like colorful standees, beats, grayish, unpainted miniatures most of the time. You know, look at this. This is like more awesome. I'm sure if you cannot paint, probably your miniatures doesn't look as good as this. And I like this magic shot. This is the type of stuff I say you should use in your board games because you know they are cheap to come by and they are great. Not these though. These are like unless you want to brand yourself as a Europe game. And look at this. I mean, they could surely do some artwork. You know, like even like if there's a circle with some, frame or but it's not. So I mean, so I think it doesn't look as Of course, they have miniatures, right? They have miniatures, you're right. And I don't know how much the miniatures is going to set you back, but some of the miniatures are pretty nice. So the succubus looks good. And I think the spider princess and the leech looks good. You know, this is the type that the miniatures I could even use it in D&D. So how much are we looking at? We still have early 2, I think, and it's like 42.50, which is actually not bad considered that they are. I'm not sure if the miniatures needs to be an add-on. Let's find out. So Time Porter is again promo adventure, and then this is like the game of with mana coins and unlock stretch goal. This is 44. So how much? So this is like the early bird, but it's the same thing. It's only cheaper by a few dollars. But unfortunately, I already mentioned already. I don't like people who do this because you're only giving $3. It's not a big deal. I mean, but if this ends and I see this campaign, and I'm all ready to go in for this, and I realize that I'm being punished for being late, I don't feel good about it. I will just walk because unless I like the game so much, I didn't mind. Actually, I didn't mind paying the difference, but it's the not feeling good part that when you don't feel good about a game, despite how much you have paid for it, when a game arrives on your table, you don't feel good about it. That is a fact, and unfortunately that will destroy the experience, or rather taint the experience that before you even start the board game. So you're not getting the miniatures. The miniatures it's going to cost you 105. So this is just like the basic standard stuff. So not such a great deal, I think. But even for the miniatures, I'm not sure if my impression is wrong, but the miniatures looks very small unless this is a very big box. Did they mention how big the miniatures is? Okay, so at least the miniatures they are standard. They're 37, 44. Okay, so this must be a very big box. I can only imagine, because if the miniatures is this small, the box must be very big. So, want to take a look at how much we are looking at shipping? I mean, I've been like doing this for the whole episode. I mean, why not, right? But it's like the painted miniature really looks good, pretty good, right? Unfortunately, most of the time is that these are the kind of things that you get to see, but yours doesn't feel that way. Wow, man, you look at the time that is required to dry brush this. I think it's going to be okay. Now, dry brushing is very fast, but it's like there's different techniques to speed printing and everything. But we'll talk about it maybe on oh, but this is nice. They actually measure how thick the thing. So it's pretty thick. It's 2.5. Okay, so they have pretty thick boards. And shipping. So Singapore is listed. The shipping is like, oh my god. The shipping is for all in is 44 or it's 39, which actually I think is almost most expensive other than others. So this is something I probably will not even get it at retail because it's a dexterity game. So that's not something down my alley. But that's Temple Horror 2.0, and I know this is a second launch, so we wish them luck. Best of all, try to make it. I always encourage, despite that, even if it's not something for me. It might work for other people, Yeah. I mean, board games is a exquisite things that you gain over time. So this is a project draft. I'm not gonna talk about project draft, but that caught my eye. Seriously, tell me it doesn't. So they should actually GameFound. One problem with GameFound is that they're all mashed up. It's like Tainted Grail has been there like forever, even in preview. So can't there be like a special logo on the corner that shows that it's a preview, like a live now and things like that. I mean that will make life so much easier. I only want to go in to look at games as now, not preview. I mean when I feel like looking at preview, I will go ahead and look for them. But unfortunately that's the problem. Stable pledge is something that I strongly encourage, and I think that quite a few games went in. Even Tainted Grail is on stable pledge, so that is like bravo. There's actually one other campaign which I look at. I don't think they're funding, but this is not actually a board game. This is kind of like it's a miniature game, but it's a humongous miniature game. So basically this is a Nexus Scapeyard. You're like building ships. Okay, in a way, so they are like it's kind of like a board game, but still because they are cards and everything. Okay, so they are cards, and then it's like it's not really miniature games. So let me be corrected. It's like it's a deck building game kind of. So like building up your ships and stuff. So you have a game box, and then it's like there are components cards which you can add to your ship. There's also like crew to add to your ship, and then actions. And it's like it's pretty feel like space based with a kind of vibe. But space based is roll the dice with your luck ending in triggering things. But this one you actually get to actually build the ship yourself, and it's like the shipping cost is cheap. But unfortunately there's not a lot on this page, so I'm not sure I can talk too much about it. Other than that, the first page caught my attention. It's pretty good. Okay, and they are still struggling. I don't know if they were fun. I don't think they were fun. Maybe they can try again. I think what they are lacking is that they need more on this page, because it's the page I could be scroll through by like in a few seconds. They keep showing this ship. Unfortunately, yes, show me more ships, because like that's not enough. I mean, I only keep seeing this one ship, and maybe it's two ship. Maybe corrected, two ship. But it's like there's only 9 ships. I mean, so I'm not sure how much content are there. It's like adding together, if these are all the cards there is, there's less than 100 cards here. I think they need more content for it to go by, and I think best of luck, but I don't think they will fund this round. So that's Nexus Shipyard. Not to be confused with Nexus, the arena, like that was in the previous campaign, one very big one. And how I got into this, I have no idea. So this is also a preview. Let's not talk about preview, because like unless there's something that by following you get something, and then I would strongly encourage you to do that. But you know me, I usually so this is the other Nexus I was talking about. This is the arena combat, which is a humongous big game, and like looks pretty cool, but it's like price points also very high. So there's also Utopia. I've been following this, but I did not really like look into it once it was launched. So it was already count over. There's a pledge manager for it, so I'm not gonna talk too much about it, since can only go into pledge manager. But if you want to take a look at it, feel free to go take a look. So you see, that's the problem with GameFound. Everything is mashed together. I don't know which one is live. So if they have this coming soon for everybody who is like on a preview, that'll be good. And anything that's on pledge manager, show it as pledge manager. Is no longer live. But it's like everything is mashed up. I cannot tell if they're still going on, or like it's already over and stuff like that. And that is the problem that so we have various sections that's like funded and everything. So that is one thing good, but it has to scroll so much before I get to this. And on top, I've been distracted by so many other things that's like going before I even reach this point. I think the UI needs to be more. I mean, it's much better than the Kickstarter in a way, but I think they can do a lot better than this. So I don't know if there's a lot more that I missed out, but anyway, that's what I have here. And then I was originally looking for Nerd Slots. I don't know if it's actually on GameFound or Kickstarter. I recall it's on Kickstarter, but if I can't find it, then so be it. Maybe I just not meant to talk about it. Nope, so it doesn't show in the preview. Maybe I should just. I really wanted to just talk about that because there's something rather unique about that game. Okay. Unless I remember the name wrong, okay. Wow, you know, like sometimes, you know, when you misspell words, you get so many different other things that do come out. Okay, I can't find it. It's refusing to let me find it. So like I totally remember the name wrong for the game. But anyway, I'm trying to talk about a game where, you know, there's the miniatures are made of Play-Doh, and then, you know, like you cast them with Play-Doh, and then it's like you play them and you get destroyed and squashed, and you return the Play-Doh back to the, you know, box, and then you can like create them again when you like summon a creature. But it's a cool idea, although it's a bit too expensive even for the Play-Doh. So I think that's unfortunately the problem for that game. But I think it's probably no longer live. That was why I have no way to find it. Thanks for watching. This has run for 46 minutes now, and today I remember not to on my fan so that you don't get the, you know, who all over the, you know, thing. I hope the sound's a lot clearer, and I hope that you have enjoyed this series of talk about all the board games and Kickstarter. I will still continue covering this, although in today's episode I probably did not back any of these games, but it does mean that, you know, there's still things that I'm interested in, but I still have to be very conscious about a few things, like, you know, the cost, the shipping, the mechanism, and stuff like that. And I'm a very visual person, so if the game doesn't look good, you know, it doesn't catch my eye. Simple as that. So I hope you know, you find this series useful, and you know, helps you make some decision about what to get, especially when the games doesn't make sense for you to back it on Kickstarter. I will mention it, like, you know, Sagrada, and yes. So I hope you have a good day, and soon we will see you, you know, in another video. If you like my video, can you help me just, you know, click the like, click the subscribe, and then you know, you can even like switch off the notification if you don't really want to, like, you know, catch my next video you know, as fast as possible. But you know, why not? Because, you know, sometimes I cover stuff that is quite interesting, like Tainted Grail, the Kings of Ruin. I've been like covering quite a lot of it, in fact, all the way until, you know, other people have the prototype and I don't, and then, you know, like I kind of like lose out in the whole so I let other people do their job, because they do it much better than me, because they have the prototype and I don't, and you know, they can show you a lot more on the game rather than speculation and stuff that's from my side. But other than that, this is one game that actually did incredibly well, about that's about 2 million anyway, in you know, even in US dollars. And I'm all in supporting this because, but I already completed the first scenario. I mean the first 4 campaigns. So I'm going to go for only the additional stuff. But you know, I spent $400. If you want to know why, you can you know, watch my other video, which I'll provide a link below. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon.